Hello.
Hello. Surprise.
We surprised. We popped on your screen. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. We hope we surprised you. Technology is a funny thing. How are you, Martha?
Hi, it's so good to see your face,
It's good
Christopher.
to see you too. How blessed we are to be asked to host St. Peter's View this week.
I know, the very first guest host. I'm feeling the pressure of that.
Well, I think you're worthy, and I'm excited to see what happens. Hey, did you appreciate the service today?
Yes, I especially loved your song with Joey. That was beautiful.
Joey's a magician. He's like a music magician, I swear.
Yeah, it's been lovely to have him doing more music during the service. That's been really fun.
I agree.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know us, who are new to St. Peter's or joining us for the first time today, my name is Martha Lee. I am a parishioner at St. Peter's, as you may have gathered. And then my lovely co-host today is
Christopher Wyndham. Hi, everybody.
So how's your weekend going?
It's going well. Happy to be safe at home and in good health with Brian, my husband, our dog Lou. And I have to say, hearing Reverend Christine talk about not taking things for granted, not taking our church community and this venue online for granted, just really, really spoke to me today. So that's how I'm feeling right now, not taking it for granted. Very grateful.
Yeah. That was a good message. Where's Lou?
Lou is on the sofa right now. Happy just to lounge about.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to move to the side a little bit and you will see where Steve is.
So cute.
I think the computer is far enough away that you cannot actually hear his snoring.
I can imagine it though.
Pretty impressive, but yeah.
Deep rumbles of like pet sound sleepness.
Yeah, so I've been surprised. We had a dog before, but it was a small dog and it was not that noisy. And it's like living with an old man. So he snores super loud, he farts, and it's not like, like my other dog. Sorry, I know this is a church webcast, but my other dog would have flatulence, but you wouldn't hear it, you would just smell it. His is like he rips them across the room and you're like, what is happening? He burps. Yeah.
It's just like human men in some way, I suppose. Yeah.
And women too. These are bodily functions. So let's have equality across all of that. But
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. So does Lou make any fun noises that
oh my gosh. Well, I mean, we're gonna scare off some of our viewers right now, but Lou, yes, he's a very, very alive creature, and today he left a little present in our bed this morning. So that's like being a pet owner. So
in your bed?
Yeah, it happens. Come on, let's be real.
Was he mad at you? Was that like a retribution for something?
No, he's all good. He's all good. He's not mad. He's a very happy guy. So yeah.
He's very
but speaking of bodily functions, we have a guest that we're going to bring on. Are you ready to bring them on?
I am ready. So
I'm so excited too.
I am. We're very excited. So we're going to go ahead and give our little intro.
What is happening here? What it is exactly quite clear.
Somebody turn on the lights, because we're gonna have a party. It's starting tonight.
Everybody sing. Oh, what a feeling to be dancing on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling to be dancing on the ceiling.
All right.
Hello, guys.
Nice. That was great.
We are welcoming Thomas Woodman, who is our surprise guest today.
That was some top-notch choreography.
Well,
I can take credit for that. Obviously, I'm the choreographer in the group. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an honor of you, who is like one of the most phenomenal dancers
Thank
among
you.
every other aspect of your life. Such a phenomenal dancer. So we chose that song specifically for you.
Well, thank you. I so appreciate it. I'm very happy to be on here with you guys.
Well, we're happy to have you.
we're very happy. Yeah, we're happy to have you.
I'm honored that I get the first guest hosts.
I
Oh, that's
know.
I
good.
feel a little like a guinea pig, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, we like guinea pigs.
Yeah.
And we're guinea pigs too. So we're all in the same little cage together.
As
All
long
in
as you're
the
not deeply disappointed with this is all going to go well.
I suspect that I shall be totally fulfilled from this morning.
Well, you should just set your expectation pretty low, and then I think we'll meet it and possibly exceed it. So
Okay.
Well, introduce yourselves to those who don't know you. Perhaps tell us who you are and where you are.
Yeah, so I'm Thomas Woodman, everyone. And I am in Inwood, up at the very tip of Manhattan. I've been here through all of quarantine. I've not gotten out of the city at all. And that's me.
Well, amazing.
And for those of you who don't know, Thomas is a beautiful dancer, as we've been talking about, but also leads our prayer ministry team at St. Peter's. So you may have been contacted by him for prayer. You may have had the pleasure and the honor of having Thomas pray for you, which I've had, and it's been wonderful. So that's another role that he fulfills at St. Peter's. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
That was trippy.
That was incredible.
That was me.
Oh.
Remember that TV show, Leave It to Beaver? That's like my title of life. Leave it to Christopher to do something kind of odd.
It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. Well, anyway, should we jump into our 10 questions? That's like our. You ready for that, Thomas?
Ready.
Yeah. And they're, I think, kind of rapid. They're supposed to be rapid answer. So don't like worry too much about the answer. Just kind of whatever comes to your mind. Okay, so let's start. I think I'm going to start. So the first question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Control the elements.
But that's cheating. That's so much.
Is it though? That is why I've thought about this for many, many years, and I feel like that's the one that I would be able to do the most. If I had to pick an element, I haven't actually watched Avatar all the way through, but I would probably choose air, just because I feel like you can do a lot of things with that. You can wear down mountains, you can fly, you can like pick things up, you can, I don't know. Just seems like there's a lot of options.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me not limit you. It's your superpower, so you can do whatever you'd like with it.
I think I'd like the superpower to be able to give myself any superpower.
That's definitely cheating.
My top choice.
That's like when you have a genie with 3 wishes and you wish for 19,000 more wishes. Like, no, you can't do that.
Well, I think it makes sense being a dancer, though, a sense of control in your life and to control your body and to control the elements. It makes sense.
I wouldn't have to clench my muscles and make my hip cramp in order to get my leg up. I could just make it flow.
Love it. Well, next question. What is your me time?
Okay, rapid fire would be at night, home alone. I make dinner, I sit down, I light a candle, and while I eat, I watch Parks and Rec.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That is
I have actually never watched that, but I hear such good things about it.
It is quite funny and quite comforting.
Right.
Thomas time. Thomas time is what it is.
Yeah.
Very mundane, but it sounds very peaceful.
It is remarkable.
I like the candle. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, without the candle, the whole thing falls apart for me. So.
Well, you got to make sure you have a good supply of candles then.
Yeah. I got a stack in the corner.
Oh, good. It's good to be prepared. Yeah. Okay, next question. What is your greatest extravagance?
Greatest extravagance? I have no idea. I'm not prepared for this question.
Ooh.
Greatest extravagance.
Rapid fire.
Oh man, I feel like I generally avoid being center of attention. Just something I avoid. But there are times when I don't really, it doesn't feel like I choose those times, but there are certain times, like if I'm out dancing, that I just become a ham and I just get in the middle of everything and I just start popping off. And it's great fun. but I also can't just call on that. It's not like, oh, just get in the middle and start dancing. I can't do that. But in the right circumstances, with the right lighting, with the right music,
Just happens organically.
it just happens.
I
Yeah.
could totally see it. Not that I judge anyone who's quiet, and I don't think you're really quiet, but it is that saying, it's always the quiet ones. It is always the ones who are the most calm in a certain situation just become the most alive. So I could totally see that.
For sure.
Next question. What is your most treasured possession?
My Bible. It's already open. I would say my Bible and all of my books. I try to hold everything that I have pretty loosely, try not to have too much stuff, try not to attach myself to my belongings. But my books, even if they're not with me, like even if they're in storage somewhere, I can't get rid of books. I can't do it.
I know, I like books too. They're very comforting. We have e-readers at home now just because like when we travel, it's so much more convenient because you don't have to lug around like 10 pounds of books, but it's not the same. And when I have a book that I know that I'm going to really want to dig into, I always try to buy it in paper form so I can like take it into bed and feel the pages and yeah.
Yeah, very tactile books. I like that as well. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next question. Who is your dream dinner party guest and why?
Ravi Zecharias.
Oh,
sorry, Christopher.
Robbie.
You were second though.
It was me. Robbie Zacharias. I love food. So, oh my gosh, I consider myself a very culturally literate person, but who is Robbie Zacharias?
Ravi Zecharias, may he rest in peace and rise in glory. He passed away in May, but he was a Christian theologian, but mostly did work in apologetics. So really did an incredible work defending the faith. Out in the Midwest, he has a university that he made of just like him and his core people. That's really like they are geared towards apologetics and defending the faith, but his preaching is incredible. His just like life experience is really, really, really remarkable. So
amazing.
I would love to pick his brain.
Amazing. So it would be more of a talk dinner than like, let's share some gourmet secrets here.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. I love it.
Christopher's a little food centric. So.
You think? Next question. What is your motto?
Oh, oh man. I feel like I had a motto like years ago and I have just forgotten it. And let's see, what is my motto? I'm not sure if this is a motto that comes to mind often, but for a friend's birthday recently, the like wisdom that I tried to give them, that I think I try to live by as well, is that there's nothing that the world can offer you that will ever be worth sacrificing in any measure of your eternal inheritance. So even if you're going to get $1 million, if it means you have to compromise on your standards or your morals or your pursuit of Christ, it's not worth it. So.
Wow, that's very impressive. That's a good answer. I was thinking, so Sophia asked me, I love this question. And Sophia asked me like a couple months ago, Mom, what would your motto be? So I just came up with something. And she's like, mine would be life is better without pants. And yours is really beautiful and deep and spiritual and meaningful. But I feel like hers is very practical and in this pandemic era. Yeah. Okay, next question. What is your most marked characteristic?
Most marked characteristic? I don't know. What's my most marked characteristic, team?
I don't think we can answer for you.
Right?
I feel like
That's definitely cheating.
I feel like that's such a question that it's really like, what do others actually see in me? How do they? Most marked characteristic. I feel like something that people say about me pretty frequently is that I'm pretty calm most of the time. Yeah. And that like I help people feel at peace, which is strange because I mean I feel pretty at peace most of the time, but when I'm not at peace, I'm really a wreck. So
that's probably for all of us very similar.
But I do feel like that's something that people name pretty often.
Yeah, I didn't want to answer before you did, but I think for me, one thing that's always struck me about you, Thomas, is that I feel like you're so deep and so wise beyond your years. Like, what are you, like 17, 18? And like, no, Thomas is very young. I don't know how old he is.
I'm not that young.
But you would never know it when you speak to him. He has like a really sort of mature and grounded presence, kind of like you're saying. So those are always the things that have really struck me about you.
I would have said your calmness. I would have actually said your serenity. I think that is like a characteristic that I expect when I'm in your presence. So the next time I'm in your presence, I
will try not to disappoint.
That characteristic. But I also appreciate that there's an explosive side as well, because that's like life, right? That makes you well-rounded.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this.
And real. Okay, next question. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Well, now I feel weird giving a deep answer.
Oh, please. We'll hold it in good space and like gentle space.
Thank you. I think so I grew up not knowing Christ, and so for me my biggest achievement is like now I know, like I can say with confidence that I know Christ, not just know about him, I know him, and that's like that feels like the thing that I hold on to, of like even with dance things, for instance. Like I dance a lot, but it doesn't always go well. So even when things are really falling apart in other areas, it's like, but I know Christ, so that's good, that's enough. I can it's like my rock that this is always there. I can hold on to this.
I think you just choreographed a piece called I Know Christ, and it starts like this, and I think it ends in the like my rock. These are the gestures that you did as you described this.
I'll have to rewatch the live stream so I can get some source material.
I love this. You guys should work together on that dance, and you can teach it to me, because I am such a graceful dancer that I'm sure that you can work me into choreography very easily. That's a big joke. Big joke.
I would be honored to choreograph on you, Martha. I would be honored.
Oh, it has to be very simple, like that kind of a thing I can handle.
Well, Michelle did mention that there should be a St. Peter's dance fall dance off. So anyway,
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. All right. Next question. We like this one. This was Christopher's question. When you're trying to be brave but you're afraid, what do you do?
A remarkable question, Christopher. When I'm trying to be brave but I'm afraid, what do I do? Do you want the spiritual response or the unhealthy response?
Both.
Both is good.
So the spiritual response is, there's been a number of times when I'm like almost shaking with fear, and the words that go through my mind are something along the lines of, the love of Christ compels me, and I just start thinking of that passage, and then I just like basically start making my body do the thing, whether it's like having a conversation or whatever it is. I just make my body start doing the thing, and on the inside I'm just like shaking with fear. The unhealthy side of that is sometimes that is enacted in a healthy way. Sometimes that manifests by me just totally disconnecting. Like I just completely disconnect from whatever I'm doing so I can make myself do it, and then I reconnect later and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was terrifying. So usually that, I would say.
I think that's a very human answer. We probably all have some version of that. There are just some things where you can't quite be present to do it, but you do it. And that's maybe the more important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful answer.
In terms of fight, flight, or freeze, I would say that it can read as a freeze, but I think it feels like flight in my like head and in my heart of like I'm fleeing, like emotionally fleeing from whatever the thing is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that honest answer. Thank you.
Very human.
All right, last question. Hope it's a good one. And it is, what are you deeply grateful for right now?
What am I deeply grateful for? I would say 2 things. Is that allowed? Can I have 2 things that I'm grateful for?
Yes.
I mean, you've done a lot of cheating during these questions,
I
think we should just go ahead and allow it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
That's what you get for getting the second string. Yeah. All right, we've stalled enough.
I would say one is I'm reading a book by Ravi Zecharias right now that's his like sort of like a summary of his biography. It's an autobiography, but it's not quite fully fleshed out. But it's his experience going from India to North America and then back to India. And I really, every single time that I sit down and read it, even if I can only read like a couple pages, every time I sit and read it, it just feels like there is, though I'm not at all planning to go into apologetic preaching by any means, but it just feels like it feels like someone has gone before and there's a path that's already been walked that I can walk as well. Very, very, very consoling. Just in how he like sees the world and in the way that he moves forward, I feel like is quite comforting. And then the other thing is, strangely, this is scripture, so just gonna get that out there now. Normally I really, the passages that everyone always talks about that are like overused, I try to avoid those. Like I'll really dwell in and meditate on or memorize like passages that like aren't as used, but the ones that are overused, I'm like, somewhat everyone else knows them, I don't need to know them, so or like really spend as much time on them. But alas, Psalm 23 has been really speaking to me the past couple days and giving me a lot of consolation as that being like the last thing that I read each night is very, very good.
Yeah.
Very grateful for that.
That's a wonderful answer. I love Psalm 23. I know it's that one in what's the love passage? 1 Corinthians 13. Yeah, those are like the ones that everyone knows, but there's also a reason why. They're really lovely and they're chock full of so much goodness. So yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You've survived rapid fire 10 questions. And more importantly for us, the gift of getting to know you, Thomas, in a deeper way.
Yeah.
I consider you like a role model, someone to look up to. And I think we're very fortunate to have you on earth, to have you in our church community. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm quite honored to be hosted by you two. It has been a treat. And to get all these new questions was very exciting.
Well, and thank you to Richard and Rodney and John and Christine and V and Leisha and Denise. These are the people who were with us, and Ryan and Mitch and Michelle. These are all the people who hung out with us as we had our St. Peter's view.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there were any questions in the chat, but there's actually a lot of comments.
Yeah. So Parks and Rec is a thumbs up, and Avatar is a thumbs up. So I think you connect with our audience very well.
Totally. I want to be like Thomas when I grow up. So.
I want to be like Thomas when I grow up. So on that, we have a whole day ahead of us. So Martha, thank you for being with me.
So fun, Christopher. So fun.
Likewise.
Maybe we'll ever be invited to do this again. That'd be super fun too.
Maybe.
You will have my vote.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And Thomas, thank you. To everyone, thank you so much. Have a
All
great
right, guys.
day. Enjoy.
Yeah, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.